Rob Toia, if we go back to the start of the year, could you have ever imagined a world in which you'd be an Origin winner and had the impact that you've had?
No, I'm speechless. I wouldn't have guessed this and wouldn't have imagined this for myself, especially this early as well.
What about the moment when Billy Slater rang you and said that you were the one he wanted in this side?
Just like the first call, I was in awe, and I was just, it's just crazy the amount of belief that Billy is instilled in me, and it's just, obviously I just want to repay it by doing a good job, so yeah.
Can I ask you, over the weekend when Cam went through the tragedy that he did, the impact that had on you guys as a footy side?
It kind of raised our standards because we know how much the team means to Mun, and it was more of a, I don't know, it was more of a, it kind of brought us together more, and just because Mun's our brother and we love him, and it just made us want to do more and be better for him.
You guys, I'm sure you're aware of it, were written off. A lot of people thought this was a game you guys couldn't win. There was a lot of talk about your inexperience, about Gehamat Shibasaki's inexperience. As the two guys playing in those roles, how did that make you feel, and what was your motivation?
I think it didn't really play a part towards me in Gehamat's games, just because of the belief we had within each other, and also from the team and the boys. Just Bill, was probably the main factor that motivated us.
I imagine it's going to be quite a night in here, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what time we're going to get back to, but we might not even sleep tonight, so yeah.
I doubt you will, mate. Congratulations. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, south of the border, there was a lot of talk that this was not only a game you guys couldn't win, but a series you couldn't win. Internally, what is it about Queensland rising to the occasion when everybody else writes you off?
I don't know. I think it's just the self-belief that we instill, that Billy and the coaching staff instill in us. That's all we need, really. We know our state's going to be behind us, but when you get the confidence, from your coaching staff and from your peers, it just has that sense of belief within each other. And as we go out there and do our own job to the best we can, I'm sure New South Wales did that as well. But I don't know. I can't really describe because it's happened obviously a few times over the years, and we seem to just get there. And I couldn't be more happy. Obviously, it was a bit of a sadder week this week, and we had lots to play for and play for our captain. And I just couldn't be more proud of Money, the boys, and his family as well.
I'll ask you about Cam in a sec, but you are right. It's happened many times when Queensland have been written off. Does this go back to New South Wales not getting State of Origin?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't know. I think most games, even these past couple of years, is just like you need to. I think the team that starts well in the first 20 minutes usually goes on to win the game, and they did that in game one. They put us to the torch there in the game one, and we learned from that. We came back in the second game in Perth, and then they obviously came back in the second half, and then we learned from that as well. And I don't know. It's so hard to explain. It's just what we talk about after our reviews in meetings. Like I said, with Bill instilling the belief and confidence in us, that's all we need. We don't worry about the media too much, and it's going to always be there, and we just can only control what we do on the field and what we do at training. And when you get a win like that, it's just the big, to everyone else. So.
You can't pull off a feat like that unless you're a really close group. And we all saw the way what Cameron Munster went through impacted you guys. Just as a group, can you talk about what the motivation was for you guys and making sure that you guys got around Cam?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, when the news came out, Bill, he gave him the time he needed. But when Bill told us that, the first thing he said that he wants to play, I looked around at our whole team, and they just it almost put a tear in everyone just to show obviously what this team means to him, to his family and his old man. He would have definitely wanted him to keep playing. Obviously, he's the captain of us, and when he said that to Bill, and Bill got very emotional with when he told us, you could just see the fire just kind of started for us, and it's hard to talk about, but I guess it showed. I think we had one error in 70 minutes of football, which is unheard of at this level as well, and it definitely showed. Money played unreal. Kicking game was really good. At two halves, their whole spine was just really good and controlled the game really well and kicked them in the corners. And to put something like that, which is a massive, thing mentally to get past, to get over, and to perform on a big stage like this, I couldn't be more, proud of them.
Now, you've played a lot of Origin. You've won a lot of big Origin games. Where does this one rate?
I think it's up there. I think 2020 was a pretty big year for our state and for our team. 2017, but I think this year for us, we spoke about the history that we could make. I don't think any teams lost a home game and then travel twice to win the series and bring the Shield back. So we all spoke about that. We wanted to make our own team into the history books, and that's something we did. So it's definitely up there, top 3.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Well, Gehamat, in a lot of ways, I feel like your trajectory this year kind of sums up what Queensland have just done, written off and delivered when it really mattered. Can you just talk for you personally about the journey of a train and trial to winning an Origin series?
Mate, it was a gamble coming down to Brizzy. Big thanks to Wynnum. They took a gamble too, getting me down, put their trust in me, and then sending me to a pre-season, and I just worked hard. And then also Madge as well, putting his trust in me. Everything was just not guaranteed, so big long pre-season, and then step by step, not having a contract, to train and trial, to development for the year. So, mate, it's been a roller coaster.
Did you hear the noise about, the Queensland centre pairing can't match up against that glitzy New South Wales centre pairing? And if you did, what did that do to you?
Mate, it just motivated me, you know what I mean? But then again, I had to focus on my own role as well. Like, I got to give respect to Latrell and Crichton. They're honestly the best. They're the best. So, for me and Rob to go out there and verse them is a big challenge for us and a big growth for us as well. So, you can't, if you want to play at this level, you've got to play the best players. So, for us to go out there and do what we did there, yeah, it was unreal.
I have to imagine there have been times in your career, mate, where you've wondered if you were going to keep going, what the next stage of your life might have looked like. To be here now, were there moments when you just didn't think that was possible?
Yeah, mate, like at the start of the year, like before October last year, I was like, first I rang Wynnum and I was like, nah, you know what, I'm not going to go. So I rang them back and said I wasn't coming, and they were stressing because they organised a lot of stuff. Then I went back home and then I had to think, and I was like, nah, you know what, I'll go down. So even in the pre-season, pre-Christmas, I was struggling, mate. I got sent from the field my first session because I was unfit, because I didn't finish the session. I stuck to it. My family done all the sacrifices, so I had to man up and mature up. So that's it.
Why did you have the thought that, I don't want to come down? What was that?
I just didn't see the logic of, okay, if you know the world of rugby league, train and trial is not guaranteed anything. So I had a good job where I was at, and I didn't see the point of me going all the way down there to restart when I already had started back home in Townsville, you know what I mean? Had a job, I was at the Blackhawks, I was happy there, and I just thought, I needed something fresh if I needed to leave home for me to be able to get back where I needed to be, so, yeah.
How powerful is that lesson of taking a gamble on yourself then?
Mate, that was a big thing in my early career. I didn't back myself enough, and the attitude wasn't there in the drive. I sort of like backed myself more, got a lot more confidence out of myself, and really like sold myself that, I can match it with these boys, you know what I mean? I can play at this level, so taking that self-confidence is a big thing for me leading into the pre-season.
I've seen it so many times over the years where New South Wales on paper have a better team.
Yeah.
Queensland can't win. What is it about this jersey and about winning against the odds that Queensland seem to do so consistently, and New South Wales haven't really mastered the art of that yet?
I'm not too sure, mate. Both teams got a lot of passion, you know what I mean? So it's obviously the performance of the night, but obviously it's a ding-dong, whoever falls off first. But our passion that we have for this jersey, we can put anyone in it and they'll run through a brick wall for each other. So you can't take away our Queensland spirit. That's the big thing, hey? So, yeah.
I can't imagine a man that deserves to celebrate this win a whole lot more than you, mate. Hell of a year. Congratulations.
No, thank you, mate. Cheers.
Tommy, what does it mean to be a Queenslander on a night like this?
Oh, it's a special feeling, and look back at the fashion that we won this series in, and to come back from losing the first game at Suncorp, and it's a special feeling, and it makes you so proud to be a Queenslander tonight.
Hadn't been done in 43 years that you'd lost in Brisbane and come back to win in Sydney. Everything that had happened with Cameron, there are a lot of reasons that you guys could have found not to win here tonight. When it all came down to it, what is the difference for you guys on a night like this where you find something extra?
I think we really rallied together, and thought there was a lot of little moments where that Queensland spirit was on display tonight, and I thought for the group to come together and get the job done in the last two games in the fashion that we did, it's just all that camaraderie and building that in camp, and I don't know how to describe how we did it or the feeling, but it's just you just sort of feel that training, and it's a special feeling and a special team to be a part of.
I think for anybody that's lost a loved one, what Cam went through, it's a horrible thing, and you need your mates to get around you. As a footy side, it obviously impacted you guys as well. Was there a feeling that you needed to do this for Cam as well?
Yeah, there definitely is. I think it shows the character of Cameron Munster to lose his father, and you know how devastating that is for him and his family as well. And but for the first thing to say that he's going to be playing for Queensland, and for him to turn up and play in the fashion he did, I know that his old man would be sitting up there proud as punch of what he did tonight. And he's such a special player and a special captain, and the passion that he shows for Queensland, it's why we all love him.
Tommy, I've got to ask you, 10-year-old you, if you knew that you'd be sitting here with the number 7 on your back, man of the match, man of the series, you've got that 7 jersey for as long as you want it. What would 10-year-old you think?
Well, at 10 years old, I was only ever dreaming of this moment, and now to be living my dream, I don't know what 10-year-old wouldn't be thinking that this would have ever happened, and it's honestly a dream come true.
I'm going to put you on the spot, but do you reckon Queensland get Origin in a way that New South Wales don't? Does it mean more to you guys?
No, I think it means a lot to both teams, and that's what makes Origin is the passion and the spirit that's involved from both teams. And I know every series you have to fight hard and fight and scrap for everything to win, and I thought we were lucky that we got that feeling this year.
Just one more, a word on Gehamat Shibasaki. I was speaking to him just before. His journey this year is just extraordinary. A guy that didn't even want to come down to Brisbane because he didn't think it was worth doing it. Didn't really back himself, and all of a sudden he's won an Origin series and he's backed himself just like you guys do. What's he been like around camp?
Oh, he's been awesome, and I think his story is just a showcase of resilience, and for him to come back and play like he has for the Broncos, and then to get his Origin debut, and I thought he was awesome tonight, and it's a special story, and just so glad and proud of him to do what he's done.
Enjoy the win, Tommy.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, Pat, you were written off south of the border. There are a lot of reasons you guys could have found not to win, but with Queensland, you guys just find reasons to win. What does it feel like?
Yeah, I don't think there's any other option but to give you everything and compete and send Queenslanders to work and school happy the next day. So it means a lot, mate. We know where we were as kids and stuff watching this game, and it means a lot for this group as well. Obviously, pretty well publicised Munn playing for us, and he means a lot for this footy team and a lot to the state as well.
Obviously, you guys are such a tight group, and I don't think any group could have pulled off what you guys have in this series if you weren't. But just rallying around Cameron and wanting to do this for him, can you talk about that? Because he's obviously gone through a terrible personal tragedy.
Yeah, it's devastating, mate. Obviously, we'll have to keep getting around him in the weeks to come. But Money's our skipper, and obviously as Bill as our coach, those two just epitomise a team first mindset, and we do everything together. And I think that's what I love about this group. No one's bigger than the team, and it's pretty special.
Origin has and always will be about winning the big moments, and again, it was the difference for you guys tonight. What is it about that when it comes to Queensland? Because it's often not about a game plan; it's just winning those moments. What does that come down to? Is it a desire?
Obviously being a Queenslander, I think just speaking for it is just what it means to people, and a lot of our fellow members of our states go through drought and cyclones up north and all the hardships, and we know that this footy team puts a smile on their face. So for me, I got some of my heroes coaching us, and they instill that in us, and you kind of feel the responsibility to carry that legacy and instill it into the next generation.
Just a word on Tommy Dearden. I mean, obviously Daly's been a great captain, great halfback for you, but that torch has been passed now, and Tom looks like he could be one of the great halfbacks of all time for Queensland.
Yeah, mate, he's a special talent. Obviously, Ches is a massive part of this group. We've played a lot of footy with him. He's the ultimate team man, and he built a lot of this culture that we kind of established over the last couple of years on the back of his efforts. So, mate, Tommy Dearden just competes for everything. I think him, Harry, Munster, our spine, they're never beaten, and Tommy epitomises that, mate. And he's got that fire in that belly. The little redhead can have a crack at anything. So, I'm stoked for him.
What's the 4x quota per player today?
4x quota per player already been, or 2B? I think total. Not enough cartons, I'll say that much.
Congratulations, mate. Enjoy it.
Cheers, man. Thank you.